Hey y'all, Dev here, and if you just click on my channel, you can see I made a few videos about Splatanas, and in case you couldn't tell, I love the Splatana weapon class. It's been a weapon class I've been using since the start of Splatoon 3, and I have loved since then. And if you still don't believe me, well, I 5-starred every Splatana, and I've gotten the gold badges for all the specials that are attached to Splatanas. Okay, so you get it now. And you're wondering, why am I making this video? Well, I want you to share this same obsession with me, and help teach you what abilities to run on every Splatana as of now. Before we get started, I want to talk about the utility subs, which are abilities that only require a small amount of, but are very effective. These abilities work very well on almost every weapon in the game, and these apply to Splatanas. So for the first utility sub, it's 1 to 2 quick super jumps. This ability is amazing to help Splatanas jump into battle or to escape sticky situations. And for the time it takes to super jump, it went from 3.6 seconds to 3.2 seconds, which are all huge differences for just one sub ability. Next is 1 to 2 subs of ink resistance, which is very useful since you're going to be going in and fighting a lot with Splatana, and this ability will let you fight in enemy ink for a little while. Next is Special Saver, which this one depends on if you don't really care too much about dying and losing Zipcaster or Ultra Stamp from your special gauge, then don't run this ability, but if you're like me and if you do like having Zipcaster and Ultra Stamp often, then run this ability. When dying, you lose 50% of your special, but with 1 sub of Special Saver, you only lose 41.7 of your special, which is really useful for a retake. So run this ability if you want, but for sure run this on Wiper Deco and Stamper Nouveau, since those are specials you actually want to have most of the time. And for our last utility sub ability, we got 1 sub of Sub Resistance Up, which is pretty useful for lowering the tracking time for Point Sensor, Ankle Shooter, Ink Mine, and to lower the damage of bomb indirects, since this can break combos and help you live a lot longer. But honestly, you're better off running the other abilities, since there are many better options for Splatanas, but hey, Sub Resistance Up isn't a bad choice, and you can run it if you like. Before we move on, here is a list of abilities not to run on Splatanas. These abilities do not help you in any way, and you're better off running any of the abilities I did not put on this list. Okay, now to the Splatanas. And for our first weapon, it's the Splatana Stamper. Splatana Stamper is a midline slayer weapon that can get lots of kills up close or from a distance with its amazing range, damage, and the kit helps with it with the tools like Burst Bomb and Zipcaster, which synergize amazingly on Stamper. So for this weapon's abilities, we're going to focus on fixing weaknesses, make its strength stronger, and have abilities that work for its playstyle. For the main abilities, you want to run Comeback. This ability will give you 10 ability points for Ink Saver Main, Ink Saver Sub, Ink Recovery Up, Swing Speed Up, Special Charge Up, and Run Speed Up, all for 20 seconds, every time you respawn after death. The perks are nice since you're most likely going to die a bit, which will activate the ability, and the perks you get are very useful since you can't fit many abilities on your gear, so Comeback helps with that problem by having 6 abilities into one giant ability, and Ink Efficiency and Swing Speed perks are the best, with Comeback helping with movement and ink hungriness the Stamper has. Next is Stealth Jump, which hides your super jump landing from a distance. This is very useful since you're going to super jump to your teammates often and you don't want your landing to get camped, so having Stealth Jump is always amazing on this weapon. And for the last main ability, it can be Swing Speed or Ink Saver Main. But Swing Speed is the better ability to run as a main since going fast is just really good and you can just run 2 subs of Ink Saver Main and be fine. Speaking of Ink Saver Main, running just 2 subs of it is enough to help with its ink hungriness, and you get a main of it with Comeback, and this gives you 24.24 slashes and 10.77 charge slashes, which is a big upgrade from before. Next, you're going to want to run 2 subs of Sub Power Up, which will increase the throw range of your burst bombs. And this helps with your combo since Stamper has long range and you're going to want your burst bombs to match its range to get a combo, so Sub Power Up helps with that a lot. For the next ability, it's Special Power Up, which you can run 1 to 2 subs up, but I'd say run 2 since Special Power Up can make your Zipcaster last longer whenever you use the Zipcaster arm, since Ink Saver Main doesn't count for your arm and only the main weapon. You're going to want Special Power Up so your special lasts longer and get a few extra swings to get a kill. And for the final abilities, we can run, of course, Quick Super Jump and Ink Resistance. But for the last slot, this one is debatable, and it's Special Saver or Ink Recovery Up. For Special Saver, you already know why. As for Ink Recovery Up, can help recover ink faster using your slashes, and with Comeback giving you a main up Ink Recovery Up, your weapon will now fully recover in 2.6 seconds and 7.8 in humanoid form. So for the last ability, just run either one of these. Most top players run Ink Recovery Up, but personally for me, I'm someone who likes to have my special often, so I choose Special Saver. So here is my build. And here are builds from top Stamper players. For our next main weapon, we got the Splatana Wiper. This weapon is a frontline slayer that can get a good amount of kills and usually trade a lot. The kit helps combo or extend kills, and it's Torpedo and Ultra Stamp. So we're going to focus on a build that can help us be a frontline slayer. First, for our main abilities, we're going to run Comeback since you're going to be dying a lot with this weapon. So Comeback is best to run since the 10 points of Ink Saver, Ink Recovery Up, and Sub Saver especially would help a lot being able to use more of your torpedoes. And also 10 points of swim speed is also pretty useful since you're a lightweight weapon and you're going to be really fast. Next we got Stealth Jump, which I don't even need to explain. Almost every weapon that isn't support or backline run this ability. It's that good. And next we spam Quick Respawn, and we're going to run this amount, which will turn the 7.5 seconds respawn to 4.6 seconds. The ability is really good on Wiper since you're going to die a lot. So you want an ability that can help you get back into battle faster. If you fail or trade, which is why Quick Respawn is perfect for the weapon. And last are our utility subs. We got Quick Super Jump and Ink Resistance, two amazing abilities. And last is debatable. We can run Special Saver, Sub Resistance Up, or you can run none of these and just run an extra sub at Quick Respawn to respawn faster. But personally for me, I like Special Saver. Despite Ultra Stamp being really bad right now, I still always want to have my special at all times. And if you don't care for that, then that's cool since there's two other options. Also, before I move on, this ability is a bit niche, but you can run some Haunt, which is pretty good on Wiper, but I wouldn't recommend it right now because of Tactic Cooler. So yeah, if you really want to semi-respawn punish someone, run this ability. But personally, I just recommend running more Quick Respawn. This ability just isn't the best right now. Anyway, here's what my build looks like. And here are other builds from top players. Now onto the second kits for the Splatanas, and we got the Splatana Wiper Deco, so let's just copy and paste this here. All these abilities are all good, just like for vanilla Wiper. It's just a main charge up is a plus from the comeback ability. For our next ability, it's Sub Power Up, which is just amazing for Beacon since it fastens the Super Jump for not only you, but for all your teammates, which is a must have. And for the last two subs, it's really debatable. You can run 2 subs of Special Charge Up to get missiles faster, or run another sub of Special Saver and Sub Power Up. This one's debatable, but if I had to recommend which one, I would choose another sub of Special Saver and Sub Power Up. I recommend Special Saver, which is really good on this weapon since missiles are a special you always want to save when making a good push, and since you'll be dying a lot with this weapon, 2 subs of Special Saver can really help you have missiles ready when you respawn, and Sub Power Up can make your beacon jumps noticeably fast, which is a plus. And I know Special Charge Up is good too, but you already get it with Comeback, so I say run the build I run is fine. And speaking of my build, here it is. And here are other builds from top players. Okay, for our last Splatana, we got the second kit to Stamper, and that's the Splatana Stamper Nouveau. Okay, so let's just copy the main abilities, but if you'd like, you can run LDE instead to have more ink efficiency, but I prefer Comeback since you might die a lot, and all the perks besides run speed are really good on Nouveau Stamper. Next we add 2 subs of Special Charge Up to get faster crab tanks, and this is perfect since you'll have a main of Charge Up from Comeback. It will make the points for Special go from 210p to 185p. And for our next ability, we have 2 subs of Ink Saver main, which is really good just like for vanilla Stamper. And for these last 2 slots, you can run 1 sub of Swim Speed, Special Saver, Ink Recovery Up. The choice is yours, but honestly, I like to run 2 more subs of Ink Saver main to get 10 slashes. Also, since Toximus is kind of ink hungry, you're going to want a few slashes after you throw it. But anyway, for the utility subs, you just want Quick Super Jump, Ink Resistance, and Special Saver, and boom, you have a Nouveau Stamper build. Anyway, here's my Nouveau Stamper build. And here are builds from other top players. Well, that's the ability guide for all Splatanas as of now. Thank you for watching, and now it's time for me to beg Nintendo for a new Splatana. Nintendo, give me a new Splatana. Oh, they gave me a new one? Wait, that's just a reskin. Okay, fine. I'll take this for now. Okay, bye.